Okay, I've put off this video long enough, which is ironic because it's a video about procrastination. I'm going to tell you, ladies and gents, something. I put things off a lot. I put off things in college. I eventually put off going to class and failed out. I put off a diet regime until I met someone who had a lot more problems than I did, and made me realize that what got in my way wasn't the food, wasn't other people, it was me. But this is going to be a lighthearted video. It's not going to be about, the overwhelming issues I had with weight. It's not going to be about my college days, because they're behind me, way behind me, by 20 plus years. What I want and hope to do tonight, in hopefully not too long of a video, is one of my friends did a video on procrastination that I just did a softie and sofa for last Friday. The one thing I like to think of is something I learned in college about not procrastinating. There's two things you can do, at least two. I'm going to give you a couple more that are kind of subsets of the main two they mentioned in college. First of all, when you're thinking about procrastinating on something, envision its completion and how that's going to feel. Let's say you're procrastinating cleaning your house, and you look at, or even your room. We'll go from your room to your whole house. Your room. Think about it in phases and stages. Like, let's say you've got to clean your bed, or you've got to make your bed. Okay. What I was trying to do is go from the thing you enjoy the most, or actually, take that back, thing you enjoy the least. Now, for some people that may overwhelm them, but like in college, may seem like a bad example given I failed out, but it worked for a while. I would do biology first, because I hated it. I was no good at it, but I thought, okay, if I do that, then I would do math, which was halfway fun, and I would do like a foreign language, Spanish, which I loved. I always figured, if I go from what's really hard, seemingly impossible, or something that bugged the bejesus out of me, all the way down to something like Spanish, and yes, I had more than 3 classes, but it's an area of progression from I hate this to this is easy. Now, one tip I got in college was envision a project's completion. So if you have to read tons of chapters, take breaks in between, but envision how you're going to feel when it's done. And that would also apply to, I suppose, weight loss, any dream you're trying to build on, whether it's build a business. Take it in small steps, but envision how you're going to feel when it's done. And once you look at how it's going to feel when it's done, or once you can fathom that realistically, it'll help you get to where you want to go. The other step, or the other idea, is to reward yourself. Now, what they said in college was, reward yourself for something small. Like, don't give yourself a trip to France because you made it to class. But what I used to do when I got through biology, even though I knew I had to come back to the 2 classes that were left to study, is I would go up the street to a pizzeria that served great sandwiches. And I would always reward myself with a $10 sandwich, which was expensive, but it was worth it. And I would promise myself, okay, we're going to stay here, we're going to finish our meal, we're not going to wolf it down like there's no tomorrow, because that's not good either. It's not good for digestion, it's not good for just your body. And it didn't give me time to comprehend or enjoy what I was eating. I'd stay there for maybe a half hour to an hour, go back to my room, and promise I was going to study more. So, as random as sudden as this seems, I procrastinated it for long enough. Envision your project's completion, again, whatever it is, and learn to reward yourself with whatever you can that's within reason. Don't do what I did when I lost weight sometimes and I have a bag of M&Ms either. It's make your rewards realistic and make them fit your goal and your plan. I have watched a lot of you, and you know that. I say this all the time. I have watched a lot of you all the time. I just got a Skype request that I've got to procrastinate on because I know exactly what they want. And we'll talk later. Envision its completion and just imagine that you're worth every second. Even if it's hard to do, whatever it is. It could even be asserting yourself as somebody. Imagine that it's going to happen and you're worth fighting for. That, in the end, to me, is what procrastination is all about. You're fighting with yourself over organizing, over, in some senses, value. Why am I not dieting? What am I afraid of? What keeps me from doing what I want to do? What is it? Or in some cases, who is it? And my who I didn't like. Because really, it was me. And I'm tired of saying, I'm going to wait till tomorrow. I love all of you. And if some of you freak out hearing that, that's fine. I'm over that. And I'm going to start loving you more today. So when you think about why you're not doing what you're doing, what's holding you back? Is it you? Is it someone else? And if it's you, I swear I will do my best to help you any way I can to fix it. You're worth the effort. I know it. I believe it. I've seen it. Now whatever it is you want to go out and do it. Don't put it off. You've waited long enough.